Welcome to another episode of AnecDotes, where me, Sheever, and Kyle talk about anything really. Although today we're talking about self-care in all facets of life and why and how and all that.
And the importance of maintaining perspective.
Yes.
Well, minding perspective.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I promise they tie together, Sheaves. You can.
They do. I know they do. I know they do. All right, so I'm going to start with an anecdote. Haha. So, obviously, when I got the news that I had cancer, I was like, fuck everything. Sorry, pardon my French. I can do that actually.
You can. It's our fucking show.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. So I was like, I don't know. It's like I gave up on a lot of things, and you stopped exercising for a bit. But I also stopped doing my daily facial care routine. Stopped basically caring because I was gonna go through chemo anyway, and everything was gonna go to shit, and my hair was gonna go to shit. You know, I stopped caring a little bit about that, and it was real bad. And at some point, I remember. So I have these little pigmentation spots that are coming on my face. That is normal. Women have that.
Like freckles?
It's like freckles, but it's like when you get older, at least above 25, they sometimes start to come. It's like it's a thing. But I also use something to slow down the coming of them, which it's fine. Nobody has to do it. Some people do it. I did it, and I noticed that it was working. But me basically saying screw it and not doing anything, I noticed them coming back and okay, well, I guess I'll start doing this. And that was basically the trigger for me picking up my routine again. And that changed, that basically changed my whole self-being. I think the first time that I actually woke up and actually did my proper routine again, which is, it's simple, it's just putting on face cream really.
Yep.
It just changed my whole perspective. Haha, perspective, tying in right there.
I just can't believe you opened with that, because I was so my dad, before we've ever met, right?
Yeah.
My dad is big on perspective, and his line that he'd been saying to me since I was much younger is like, Kyle, today you woke up cancer-free, and it means absolutely nothing to you, but one day it might mean a whole lot. And just to remember that, and to try and keep in mind that things you take for granted today, notably your health.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about it, and it's like.
It's also little things, right? Because when you have a cold, a nose cold, they're goddamn annoying.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's just annoying. A clogged nose. It's you can't breathe properly. You can't sleep properly. It's stupid.
It's insane, and all the other metaphysical problems in your life fade away because you have to deal with the immediate discomfort of pain or frustration that
or cold,
you can't
soreness.
breathe.
It's just annoying. And when you don't have a cold, it's great. But it's not like you're going around thinking, well, I think the first day is yes, I can taste again. But after that is, you're
gone,
not. Yeah, it's gone. You're not thinking about it anymore. It's no longer a constant discomfort in the back of your mind. It's just gone, and you live your life. And that is a small discomfort. But there's a lot of there's also bigger discomforts as living cancer-free that's another discomfort. But that is obviously the other side of that is something that you don't stop and think about. It's wait a second, I am here. I'm able to do what I do. I'm able to eat what I want normally, generally, depending on who you are. But you're able to, you're able to live and breathe and have fun and have fun with friends or social or play video games, anything really.
Yeah, there's I wish I could remember the name. The guy is probably one of the most inspiring speakers. Is I can't remember his name, but he was born I believe the term is it's not it might be quadriplegic, but I'm not quite sure. But he effectively has no arms or legs.
Okay.
And he's a motivational speaker. He's got a beautiful wife, a bunch of kids, and he just talks about how effectively you're in control of your life, and no matter what limitations you've got on it, you're in control. Yep. You decide, and this kind of ties into last episode where the frustration about life, right, is that you determine whether or not you're happy. No one can tell you.
Okay, well, I want to add an asterisk here, and I'll come back to that in a second.
What?
No, I'll come back to that after you are finished with
no one, you define your happiness. If you're happy, obviously you don't, I hope you don't derive your pleasure from hurting other people, but if we pretend, in this world, right, you're not hurting anyone and you're happy, like you're happy. And it doesn't matter if you're living out of your car or living in a mansion. Like, you determine what's enough for you. You determine whether or not you're satisfied. And that's the conundrum, where we're effectively in control of our destiny and our mentality, and that really, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you're happy. But how do you just be happy? How do you find out?
That's the never-ending question, I'd say. But I want to tie into that because we're still a mental health awareness month at the end, at least at the time of recording this. Unfortunately, not everybody has the capability to say I'm gonna be happy, because a part of happiness or part of being content is being caused by a chemical composition in your brain.
True.
And unfortunately, I also had to deal with that, because that is part of the side effects for some of the therapy I'm on, and it's so weird where you can rationally list all the things that you're happy for. I can eat, I can do all these things that maybe some other people that have it less fortunate that I cannot. You can come up with all these things, and it doesn't matter how successful you are or how unsuccessful you are. You can normally come up with people that have it worse and reasons why you are supposed to be feeling good. But it doesn't always work.
Of course, the people who say hey, you can control it. You can just be happy if you want to be. I hate those people, okay? And I think that that if that's the message it felt like I was sending, I would disagree with it. It's more like you have a right to your own feelings, and if you feel sad and shitty, feel sad and shitty. That's cool.
Yeah.
You don't gotta feel happy all the time. The point is simply to just be aware that you're in control of how you feel all the time. There's a lot of times where you look back on it and you're like, okay, today sucked, but did today suck or did 5 minutes suck and I've held on to it all day?
Now that is something that ties into feedback that is very people, the nature of people. If you hear 6 people or 10 people say something to you, and one of those people had something negative to say, all the positive thing can fall away, and that negative thing is going to be in your mind
there
the whole time.
It's loud and outlined. I know exactly what you mean.
But also, just a quick note still, if there are people that you feel like, even though you can come up with all the reasons you're happy, and you're not actually happy, and you're having bad thoughts, get help, because that is an illness, and that is something that you can't normally fix yourself. So make sure you get some professional help for that. That's what they're there for.
Most depressed generation of all time. Great job, everybody. You're killing it.
You know why, though?
Of course. I understand why completely. It's so hard to have hope. You kidding me? Look at the planet. Look at the governments we have to deal with. Everything is going to hell in a handbasket, and it's very easy to be apathetic about it. However, you gotta rebel. So again, I'm gonna get flack for this because I'm pretty sure I'm butchering this. I really only read the Wikipedia page and Nietzsche for Dummies. Okay? But the whole thing about Nietzsche and nihilism, I feel like it's misrepresented a bit, and it's about nihilism is life has no purpose, accept it. The guy's whole thought process was, look, life has no purpose, but it's our responsibility as humans to rebel against this concept of nothingness. We must live to give our lives purpose, even if there is none, right? And that's all we've got. All you can ever do is control your own perspective and your own actions. And what I think is lost, especially in the time of the internet, is you're lost in the word soup, in the opinions, in the articles, and you don't actually do. You don't notice what people are doing. You're not focusing on what you're doing. You're worried about how you're represented. And I feel like, when I look at experiences, I hate having them recorded if they're valuable to me. Because I want to remember the imperfect memory. I want to remember what it was like from my perspective. If I look at a photo of that night that I thought was amazing at that party and it was a good time, and I realize it's like, wow, I'm just in a dirty t-shirt. I look pretty drunk. That's not a great face I'm making. Now I don't want that. I want the rose-colored glasses. I want nostalgia. I lost the whole train of where I was going.
I realized that.
Tag in.
That's okay. All right. So the perspective is a big thing in how you look at things, and it's something that how can you train having a better perspective, right? Because again, these are problems that people have, and yeah, if it's real bad, get help. And a first step can be self-care. That's how we started, right? Self-care is as simple as taking a shower, and actually showers can be so good.
Oh yeah.
I was in the hospital for 5 days, and for the first 4 I couldn't move, so no showers. And a lady came and washed me sometime, which is very odd as well, the experience. But overall, you know, you can't put a shower under the bed, although I'm sure you can, or a bed under the shower rather. But at some point, I was finally able to have my first shower, and I was feeling shitty because it was obviously physically shitty, but that shower is just the best shower ever.
Yeah.
It's like the feeling afterwards, and it sounds really weird because it is maybe difficult to mention, but it was actually the most liberating shower I've ever had in my entire life. It was crazy, and that's just a little bit of self-care that can just go a very long way. So that is a step 1 for people. It's like if you're in a bad place, brush your hair, or put some face cream on, or take a shower.
And while you're doing it, recognize, like, try and appreciate it. Think. I just read something. There's 2 things. One I read a long time. Instead of saying, "Oh, I have to," say, "I get to."
Yeah.
Because a lot of adulthood is routine maintenance. Taxes, bills, following up on emails, face care routines, showering emails every day, dressing, doing your laundry, taking out the trash, feeding yourself. It gets tedious after a while when you realize that for the rest of my fucking life, I gotta find my 3 meals a day. And oh my God, I've eaten pretty close to everything that I can eat. And I gotta just choose on a day-to-day what I get to enjoy. But it's like, you don't have to eat, you get to eat. Enjoy it, like, do what you want. And the other is from my favorite author, Kurt Vonnegut. And I can't remember the book, but he just said, you know, one of the most important things you can do is when you're happy, when you're in a good place, when you're feeling good about life, take a moment to think it, to accept it, and to just state, like, I feel good. This is good. This is cool.
Yeah, because I think that is important. You skipped over, but say it. Saying stuff out loud.
Yeah.
They work.
Yeah.
You can look in the mirror and say, well, you know what? I'm alive. And it sounds stupid, but at some point, if you say it a couple of days in a row, you're going to be feeling happy about that. And it can be any sentence that you want it to be. It can be, you know, today I'm going to have a good day. Or today I'm going to have not a 0. We talked about that. Just small things like that can definitely add up in total. And that is, shower and a shave. Done.
And be just mindful of the moment, right? Like it always sounds weird before you get into it, but I think like a lot of the Eastern philosophies, you know, that practice mindfulness, being in the present, you know, the non-existence of the past and the future, and just living in the now. It sounds like a bunch of hocus pocus. When you really dive into it, it's more just about being mindful, appreciating where you are, and focusing on your day-to-day interactions. Being the best person you can be right now, because that's all we have control over at the end of the day. And man, now I'm just getting all pensive and I'm just ready to sit here and think.
Well, yeah, because have you today felt like you taken a moment to appreciate that? Because I remember the last time when I actually like sat down and was in the right mindset, because you do need to be in the right mindset to really sit down and appreciate, you know, what you have and the moment really. And actually it's a form of meditation as well. And personally, I'm not big on meditating, but I do realize that my makeup routine or facial routine or skincare, like anything kind of routine I have, that you can see that as meditation, because for those however many minutes it takes, I'm fully focused on, well, just my face or just applying makeup, something weird like that. It's a meditational strategy.
And to go along with that, I really think that you can also like switch things up, right? Like if I'm showering in a comfortable shower, I think brushing your teeth in the shower, great. Peeing in the shower, also great. You can do it at the same time. You want to be more productive? Bang, there you go. And not just that, now you're just enjoying this nice hot water as you take care of routine maintenance.
I don't think peeing in the shower and brushing your teeth
in the shower is liberating.
No, you know why? Yeah, okay, I agree with that, but you shouldn't do both at the same time, because showers are normally warm, there's condensation, and you have your mouth open while you're brushing your teeth.
Urine is sterile.
What?
There's people out there that think drinking their own pee is healthy. Okay?
Sure, but
I'm
I'd
sure
rather...
the microscopic, like floating pee particles are not going to cause me problems.
Okay, no, they're not gonna cause problems, but
and
might not be the most hygienic thing ever.
This is like, I don't know if this is like a me thing or if it's like just like being a guy thing, because it probably sounds pretty gross to you, I'll be honest with you, but I think peeing outside is also liberating. That is cool.
Well,
it is
I
just
cannot
a fun
relate
thing.
to that. Because the only times I did that is when we were
you're like
kids
camping
and there's no toilet and you gotta go, and it's very annoying because you have to have a specific strategy to not hit your jeans or hit your pants when you're a girl. So it's not really easy. But I don't know how we got to peeing on the side of the road compared to starting with perspective and self-care. So how about we tie a knot to this one? How do you want to close it?
I had something really good. Just remember that all the people that care about you, whether they're here or no longer here, they're only one thought away. And if they're your friend, or even just a person you know, because we live in this glorious time where we're all accessible all the time, 24/7, very, very few people will ever respond negatively to just saying, hey, I thought about you. I hope everything's good. Like, I appreciate you in my life, right? Send out a few of those. You will feel so good. It doesn't even matter if people get back to you. And a lot of them are going to.
But they are going to feel great as well.
Yeah, and honestly, if you don't have people in your life, because like I for a long time didn't have any in mind. I'm kind of very blessed now, and I got to, again, try and keep this in perspective. Like, holy shit, I actually have friends. Didn't have friends for a large portion of my life. That if you don't have any, just like, don't worry about it. Just, go out, especially if you're like American or something, like just go out and like live life and like just tip people well and say thank you. Feels great. Go put on a Free Hugs t-shirt and go hit a city.
Or just shower and shave.
That works too. Do some stretching. Think about life. Read a book. Don't feel pressured to do anything insane. You don't need to do something with your life. You just have to do something with today, with right now. Do four push-ups, okay?
I think
Drink a glass of water.
Drink a glass of water is always a good tip. Stay hydrated. All right. Yeah. With that, thank you for listening to our episode of AnecDotes, and we'll be back for another one where we won't talk about peeing in the shower.
Well,
but who knows?
might.
We might.
I really do. You don't pee don't necessarily do it. I'm serious though. Brush your teeth in the shower. All right. It's gonna change your life.
Not mine. But to each their own. See you next episode.
It's good for your gums. If you brush your teeth every time you're in the shower, you're going to brush your teeth more. You'll have healthier gums.
What?
And it's
you
better
don't
for your
brush
life.
your teeth twice a day anyway?
Sometimes. It depends.
I brush my teeth twice a day.
That's a lot.
How
often do you floss, though?
In the morning and in the afternoon.
It's like floss. I got flack because I said on the internet, hey guys, make sure you floss at least twice a week. They're like, what? You're supposed to floss every day? I'm like, well, who the hell is flossing every day? I'm saying, let's start with twice a week.
All right.
Most dentists, look, you don't got to do 100%, just do 70. You know how easy it is to get a C in comparison to an A?
True. All right. I'm going to close it here because I always tell my dentist that I floss, but I unfortunately didn't last this week.
There you go. Oh, well.
But I don't. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, follow all that at Keeping It Cow at SheeverGaming, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.